Let us go for the next one. Chinky is twice as old as Pinky. Twice as old as Pinky. Pinky, if 10 years ago if 10 years ago Chinky was 4 times as old as Pinky. If 10 years ago Chinky was 4 times as old as Pinky. Then the present ages of Chinky and Pinky are. Then the present ages of Chinky and Pinky are. Chinky and Pinky are. So let us put attention, dear guys. Chinky is twice as old as Pinky. If 10 years ago Chinky was 4 times as old as Pinky, then the present ages of Chinky and Pinky are. Chinky is at present twice as old as Pinky, right? Chinky's present age is purely dependent on whose age? Chinky's present age is purely based on whose age here? Pinky. As of now, we don't know what about the age of a Pinky. Let us take, if I take age of a Pinky as X, what is the present age of a, right? What is the present age of a, if I take Chinky's present age as X or Pinky's present age as X, Chinky is twice as old as Pinky. Chinky is twice as old as Pinky means Chinky's present age is dependent on whom? Pinky. Pinky's present age is how much? We don't have any clarity. Let it be age of Pinky as X years. If I take age of Pinky as X years, what should be the age of Chinky right now? 2x. And moreover, we got it one more condition. What is that condition? 10 years ago, what should be the age of Chinky? Definitely Chinky age should be 10 years ago 2x minus 10, and Pinky age also would be x minus 10. 10 years ago Chinky was how many times as old as Pinky? 10 years ago Chinky was 4 times of age of Pinky. That means 2x minus 10 would be the age of a Chinky 10 years ago, and x minus 10 was the age of a Pinky 10 years ago. 10 years ago Chinky age was 4 times of a Pinky's age. That's how we have written here. 2x minus 10 equals to 4x minus 40. 4x, great, 2x equals to 30. X equals to how much here? From this equation we came to know x equals to 15. X equals to 15 means what about the present age of a Pinky? The present age of a Pinky is 15. And what about the present age of a Chinky? The present age of a Chinky is 30. What about the 10 years ago's age of Chinky? 10 years ago's age of Chinky is, so that is how much? Present 30 means 10 years ago, 20. Alright. Next one. Present 15 means what is the age of Pinky 10 years ago? 4 into x minus 10. Present 10 means that is how much? 10 years ago age of Pinky was 5. Alright. Right now what is our question? Then the present ages of Chinky and Pinky are. The present ages of Chinky and Pinky is how much? 30 and 15 should be the right option. If you want to give a check, please trial here, justify it. Justify. The present ages of Chinky and Pinky we came to know, that is how much? The present ages of Chinky and Pinky we know what is 30 and 15. 10 years ago, what about the age of Pinky? 5. 10 years ago, what about the age of Chinky? Alright, age of Chinky 20. 10 years ago, Chinky's age was how many times of Pinky? 4 times. Right, for present, Chinky's age is how many times of Pinky's? Twice. So that we can write like this. When we go for the next one, Chinky and Pinky, alright. When we go for the next one, Chinky and Pinky here, 10 years ago, Chinky was 4 times as old as Pinky. If I take 10 years ago, age of Pinky was x, then age of Chinky was 4x. In 10 years of a time, Chinky has to increase 10 and Pinky also has to increase 10. 4x plus 10 would be the age of a present age of a Chinky, and x plus 10 would be the present age of a Pinky. The present age of a Chinky is how many times of Pinky's? Twice. If you simplify that equation, you will get to know what is the value of x. 2x plus 20. Here we came to know x equals to how much? 5. X equals to 5 means the present age of a Chinky is how much? 20 plus 10, 30. The present age of a Pinky is how much? 15. Here also we came to know 30 and 15. So however you like, you should follow accordingly. That's it. That's how we have to do it, my dear guys, especially these kind of questions. I think if you are perfect with that, like calculation part and understanding of the question, it won't take much more time, like max 35 seconds. Great, let us go for the next one, guys. 3 years ago, the average age of A and B was 18 years. 3 years ago, The average age of A and B was 18 years. A and B was 18 years. While C joining them, with C joining them, the average becomes 22 years. The average becomes 22 years. How old is C now? C now. Great. Let us go for the next one. C joining them, right? Three years ago, the average age of A and B was 18 years. With C joining them, the average becomes 22 years. How old is C now? 3 years ago, average age of A and B was 18 years. That means 3 years ago, summation of A and B, 2 into 18, 36 years. In 3 years, A has to increase 3, B also has to increase 3. Total summation should be affected 6 because of these two people. At present, the summation of A and B is how many years? 42 years. The average becomes 22 years. How old C is now? Because of joining C into the group, the average of a group become 22 years. Right now, if I talk about summation of the three people, C also joined into the group. 3 into 22, that is 66. Summation of A and B we know, that is 42. C also joined along with them. Because of that reason, average also become 22. 3 into 22, 66. 66 is the summation of the three people. 42 is the summation of the two people. What is the summation of a three people? 66. Summation of two people? 42. What is the age of a C here? C's age is how many years? 66 minus 42? 24. C's age is 24 years. That's how we should go ahead, my dear guys. C's age is 24 years. This is not difficulty for you. I think you are able to do it very easily. The moment once you are aware of that, the fundamental definition of a average, the basic fundamental, that is definition of average. Anyhow, we are aware of that definition. With that definition only we have done this question. That's all right. Let us go for the next one. The average age of a husband and his wife was 24 years at the time of their marriage. Average age of a husband and his wife. husband and his wife was 24 years. At the time of their marriage. After 5 years, they have a 1-year child. After 5 years, they have a 1-year child. The average of the family will be, after 5 years, they have a 1-year child. Then the average of the family will be average of the family will be, and the average of the family will be means the average age of a husband and his wife was how many years? 24 years at the time of their marriage. At the time of their marriage, wife and husband's average was 24 years. Summation of wife and husband, two people, 24 means 48 years at the time of their marriage. After 5 years, they have a 1-year child. After 5 years means in 5 years of a duration, wife has to increase 5 years and even husband also should increase 5 years. Because of these two people, how much summation should be affected here? 10. What is the present summation of a wife and husband? The present summation of a wife and husband should be 58 years. If at all, their summation was 48 years at the time of their marriage, right? Right now, they have a after 5 years, they have a 1-year child. After 5 years, they have a 1-year child. Then the average of the family will be, and again right now they have 1 year of children into the family at present. 1 year means 58 plus 1, 59. Right now we should find out average of a family. Average of a family is 59 divided by 3, that is how much? 3 how many times applicable, my dear guys? 3 into 1, 3, 29. 29 means 19, 2 by 3 years. 19 2 by 3 years means 19 years, 2/3 of a year. 2/3 of a year means how many months? and average of a family today 19 years and great 8 months. How many months, my dear guys? 19 years and 8 months is the present average of a family. Am I clear? Great. At present, how many people were there into the family? Including children, 3. Without children, 2. Without children, 2 means without children, sum of our wife and husband we came to know 58. So I think it is also very easiest for you guys. It won't take much more than for you guys all 30 seconds. When we can answer sometimes less than 30 seconds also, it's near about 20 to 25. Okay, let us go for the next one. Let us go for the next question, my dear guys. It's very easiest one. Rajiv was 4 times as old as his son 8 years ago. Here. Rinky was 4 times as old as his son. Rinky was 4 times as old as his son. Rinky was 4 times as old as his son 8 years ago. After 8 years, after 8 years, Rinky will be twice as old as his son. He will be after 8 years, Rinky will be twice as old as his son. What are the present ages? Their present ages. Rinky was 4 times as old as his son 8 years ago. After 8 years, Rinky will be twice as old as his son. What are their present ages? Let me check here. Rinky was 4 times as old as his son means great. Rinky and his son Rinky's age was 4 times as old as his son, means Rinky's age was presented on his son's age 8 years ago. 8 years ago, what about the age of his son? We don't know, let it be. If I take 8 years ago, age of his son was X years. 8 years ago, age of Rinky also 8x. Why? Because 8 times of his son. After 8 years at present, what about the age of a Rinky? In 8 years of a time, Rinky has to increase 8 years. That means 8x plus 8 would be the at present age of a Rinky, and even Rinky's son also has to increase 8 years of age only in that 8 years. The present age of his son is 8 plus x years, and again we got it one condition. After 8 years, Rinky will be twice as old, twice as his sons. After 4 years at present, after 8 years, very good. After 8 years from present, that means after 8 years, the age of Rinky would be 8x plus 16. After 8 years, the age of Rinky's sons would be x plus 16. After 8 years from present, the age of Rinky will be twice of his sons. After 8 years at present, the age of Rinky will be twice of his sons. So that is 2 into x plus 16. How many times applicable? 8x minus 2x, 16 goes that side, 16. 6x equals to how much? What are their percentages, right? 8x plus 16 equals to 2x plus, Rinky will be twice as old as his son. Their percentages, 8x plus 16 equals to 2x plus let me check, my dear guys. Always you guys are focusing only on the head of the question here. 8 years ago, Rinky was how many times of his son's age? 8 years ago, Rinky's age was how many times of his son's age? 4 times. 4 times means 4x. Present age of a Rinky would be 4x plus 8, and after 8 years, age of a Rinky will be 4x plus 16. 4x plus 16 means from present after 8 years, what would be the age of a Rinky? 4x plus 16 equals to 2x plus 32. 4x comes to this side, 2x equals to 16. 2x equals to 16 means x equals to how much? X equals to how much, my dear guys? 8 years. X equals to 8 years means we have to find out the present ages of Rinky and his son. What about present age of Rinky? 32 plus 8, that is how much? The present age of Rinky we came to know 40. Next one, the present age of his son, 8 plus 8, that is 16. 16 is the present age of Rinky's son, and 40 is the present age of Rinky. Alright, let us make a justification also. X equals to 8 means x is for as reference of a Rinky's son's age from present 8 years ago. At present, from onwards, we are thinking, we are in at present 8 years ago. What about the age of Rinky's son? 8 years ago, age of Rinky's sons was 8 years. 8 years ago, Rinky's age was how many times of his son's age? 4 times 4 into 8, 32. 8 years ago, Rinky's age was 32. Means after 8 years at present, what about the age of a Rinky? 40. At present, what about the age of Rinky's son? 16. After 8 years, great. After 80 years, what about the age of a Rinky? After 80 years, Rinky's age would be 48. After 80 years, what would be the age of Rinky's son? 24. After 80 years, Rinky's age would be how many times of Rinky's son? 2 times 24 twice 48. Like that we should do it, right? When I talk about this question clearly with reference to the ending to the starting again, already we know at present we are from present towards future, that means after 80 years, Rinky's age will be how many times of his son's age? After 80 years, Rinky's age will be how many times of his son's age? At present we are, let's suppose after 80 years, we are in at present, let it be at present. What about the ages of a Rinky and his son? We don't know. After 80 years, age of a Rinky is how many times of his son's age? Twice. If I take after 80 years, age of Rinky's sons would be X years. What would be the age of a Rinky after 80 years? 2x. In 80 years, Rinky has to decrease 8 and his son also 8. What about the present ages of a Rinky and his son? 2x minus 8, x minus 8. Alright, next one. From present 80 years ago, what about the 80 years ago's age of Rinky? 2x minus 16, x minus 16. We came to know clearly Rinky's, like age 80 years ago was 4 times of his son's age only. 4 into x minus 16. Let me know 2x equals to, same here, 4x, 2x equals to 16, that means 64, right? 2x equals to 64, goes that side 48. 2x equals to 48 means x equals to 24. X equals to 24 means even by using this also, I think by using this method also we are able to answer for the present ages of Rinky and his son. 24, right? 2 into 24, 48. 48 minus 8, that is how much? 40. The present age of a Rinky is 40. Next one, 24 minus 8, that is how much? That is 16. So even we should do it like this also. Whether any one of the method you should choose it. Anyhow, both the methods won't take more than 35 seconds. Just make a note and let us go for the next one. Father's age was 5 times of his son's age 5 years ago. Father's age was 5 times of his son's age son's age 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And will be 3 times of his son's age after 2 years. Will be 3 times of his son's age and will be 3 times of his son's age after 2 years. The ratio of their present age is their ratio of their present age. Let us go for the answer here, guys. Father's age was 5 times of his son's age 5 years ago. So we are talking about 5 years ago's history. At present we are 5 years ago father's age was 5 times of his son's age, means 5 years ago father's age was depended on his son's age only. 5 years ago, what about the age of his son? We don't have any clarity. Let us take 5 years ago, age of his son was X years. If I take 5 years ago, age of his son was X years. 5 years ago, age of father was how many years? 5x. At present, in 5 years of a time, father has to increase 5 years and even son also should increase 5 years only. At present, the ages of a father and son we came to know 5x plus 5 and x plus 5 and will be 3 times of his son's age after 2 years. From present after 2 years, after 2 years, what would be the age of father? 5x plus 7. From present after 2 years means after 2 years, what would be the age of his son? X plus 7. From present after 3 years, great. From present after 2 years, age of a father would be 3 times of his son. Age of a father after 2 years would be 5x plus 7. Age of a father would be 3 times of his son, means thrice of x plus 7. 5x plus 7 equals to 3x plus 21. 5x plus 7 equals to 3x plus 21 means 2x equals to 3x plus 21. 3x comes to this side. 2x equals to 14. 2x equals to 14 means x equals to how much? 7. X equals to 7 means what about the present ratios of a father to son? The present ratios of a father to son we do find here clearly. X equals to 7. 35 plus 5, 40 is to 12. 40 is to 12 means that is what ratio here? 10 is to 3. The present ratio of a father to son is x equals to 7. X equals to 7 means 35 plus 5, 40. 7 plus 5, 12. 40 is to 12 means 10 is to 3 would be the present ratios of a father to son. The present ratios of a father to son we came to know that is 10 is to 3. Now we should go for the justification process here. We know already the present age of a father and son, that is 40 is to 12, 10 is to 3 would be the ratio. X equals to 7 means we have taken x as a reference, that is 5 years ago so son's age. 5 years ago age of a son was how many years? 7. 5 years ago age of father was 5 times of his sons, that is 35. At present, what about the age of a father? At present, age of a father is how many years? 40 years. Age of a son is how many years? 7 plus 5, that is 12. Let me go ahead here. Let me go ahead. At present grade. At present age of a father 40 and at present age of a son 12. That ratio is 10 is to 3. Successfully we have got it right answer. Next one, after grade. After 2 years what would be the age of a father? 42. After 2 years what would be the age of a son? Even 14. After 2 years father's age would be how many times of his son's age? Thrice. 14 into 3, 42. That's how we need to do it, my dear guys. And even we should start from ending to the starting also. Once we do it like that also we can get it same answer. That's how these kind of questions especially we have to do it. I think it won't take much more than 35 seconds for you all guys to get an answer. Let us go for the next one, guys.